Another good Wednesday. We're here at the Morris's farm, Steve and Cheryl. Last week I talked about fruit or lack of it. There's the fruit of the Bradford pear. There's none because it's been bred in such a way it produces no fruit. And that is not the life a Christian is to have. Instead, a Christian is supposed to be what Isaiah 61 talks about. Jesus quotes part of this, but he stops before it gets to, I think, the best part that I'm going to talk about today. In Luke 4, as he gives his first sermon, he reads about the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He's anointed me to preach good news to the poor. Goes on to list a great message there. But then he talks about God's people will enjoy the oil of gladness instead of mourning and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. They will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. Once upon a time, Barbara Waters asked a famous celebrity, if you could be a tree, what tree would you be? I mean, it's kind of a weird question, right? But I'm going to ask it anyway. What kind of tree are we to be? Bradford pear? No, that doesn't produce fruit. It's beautiful for a while, but even the wood is of questionable value in burning. But behind me is an oak tree, over 100 years old. This thing is huge. It has a big canopy, and it is a great tree. Abraham stood before the oaks of Mamre in Genesis 13. And as they were there in Israel. They're not as many nowadays. Many were cut down, not replanted. Oak trees do have fruit. They have acorns. And under this tree in a few weeks, if you stand under it, you get hurt as the acorns will fall on you. But they produce a fruit. But something else, look how big this thing is. It is wide. It is big. The roots go deep. The branches go high, high, high there. I wouldn't want to try to climb way up that thing. It is enormous there. But that is how believers are to be, rooted deeply in the truths of the gospel, secure in Jesus Christ, and then standing forth, and as it says here, for the display of his splendor, the glory, the beauty of God. That is who we're to be. So we can be oak trees. It's biblical. And then, of course, if you'd like to be a fruit tree and produce that spiritual fruit of love, joy, peace, patience, and so much more, that is what we're to do. To be trees rooted in the truths of the gospel, displaying the glory of God to a world that needs to see it. So I encourage you to be an oak tree.